Hail, guardians of the East. We have greeted the dawn of the shortest day. All beginnings are contained within you. We beckon you to join us in our celebration of the returning light. Your spirits of air bless us with the winds of winter and the breath of life. Hail, guardians of the South. We honor the return of your radiant light. The lengthening of days is upon us. Shine into our homes with your illumination. Your spirit of fire blesses our homes and our hearths. Hail, guardians of the West. The sun retreated to you and brought us to the longest night. Time of the waning sun, may it wane no more, but return with radiance and heat. Your spirit of water, who takes many forms, blesses us with your purity and grace. Hail, guardians of the North. Yours is the place of all endings. Our earthly path is guided by your navigator's star. In the depths of midnight, we have danced upon your sleeping earth and asked blessings from Gaia for our upcoming year. Good morning, and welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Flint. If you are new to us, let me explain why I am here. This church has been my religious home for many years. I believe everyone needs a religious home in addition to their family home. A religious home is a place to have support, friendship, and guidance while making your way through life. Unitarian Universalist congregations affirm and promote 7 principles which we hold as strong values and moral guides. We live out these principles within a living tradition of wisdom and spirituality. These principles are not a dogma or a doctrine, but rather a guide for participation in our lives and in our religious home. The first one is the inherent worth and dignity of every person. Number 2, justice, equity, and compassion in human relations. 3, acceptance of one another and encouragement to spiritual growth in our congregations. 4, a free and responsible search for truth and meaning. 5, the right of conscience and the use of the democratic process within our congregations and in society at large. 6, the goal of world community with peace, liberty, and justice for all. 7, respect for the interdependent web of all existence of which we are a part. As my responsibility to my religious home, which is here in this congregation, once a week I go over the 7 principles and examine my life for that week. How have I done? Am I satisfied, or do I need to make some changes? If you would like more information about UUism in our congregation, please feel free to contact one of our ministers or our office. That contact information can be found at UUFlint.org. And now some announcements. Please join us for the coffee hour after the service on Zoom. The ID can be found on the website in the e-update. Chalice lighting. This is by Lisa Doge. For all the times and all the ways we have begun anew together. We light our chalice, a symbol of faith, perseverance, and hope, in astonished thanksgiving and irrepressible praise. Recognizing the richness of diversity, the beauty and wonder of shared worship, and the transforming power of love and service, we gather as a sacred, intentional community to freely seek knowledge and truth, to celebrate the fullness of life, and by our actions, to increase goodness and justice.
Good morning. Our opening words this morning are from Erica A. Hewitt. This is the season of endings and beginnings, when the small signs of dawn pierce through the night and something new is born. But first comes the waiting. First comes the lessons of endings and beginnings, the presence of life, the sheltering spirit of love, grieves with those sweeping up the debris of loss, waits with those who restlessly reach out for change, grants us courage in the night to guard each other's dreams for this holy, wondrous universe. Grant us a universe unfolding in mystery, a sense of timing. May we loosen our grip on that which doesn't serve us, leaving behind that which we have outworn and outgrown. Teach us the lessons of beginnings. Remind us that such waitings and endings may be a starting place, a planting of seeds which bring to birth what is ready to be born, something right and just and different. A new song, a deeper relationship, a fuller love, all in the fullness of time. And this morning, we will be doing a guided meditation, something a little different. I know you're at home, so if it's possible to be somewhere where you will have as few distractions as possible, I invite you to join me in a spirit of meditation and imagination. Find a comfortable position, close your eyes, relax your body, let your hands rest in your lap, and turn your focus inward. Thoughts may float through your consciousness, but you can let them go by. Feelings may bubble up from a deeper place in you. You don't need to name them. You can notice them with gentle acceptance and let them pass. Imagine your body and mind are blank. Don't try to make anything happen. Just rest and simply be. We are merely hours into a new year. What will you create? What will we begin anew? Take a deep breath and try to find the restorative power of air and water in your breathing. We must breathe to live, but our bodies also need water to survive. Our bodies are comprised of more than half water, and the air we breathe contains tiny droplets of water vapor. And all creation came from the ooze and slime, part water, part earth, part air. We had gills once, and then we learned to breathe air, yet there's still water in what we breathe. Take in a deep breath and let it out. Feel it like a wave gently rolling in and out from the shore. One more time. Now notice your feet on the floor. Wiggle your toes. Perhaps you're barefoot, or you have socks on, or maybe slippers. Think about what's under your feet, below the floor. Think about the foundation grounded in the earth. Think of the generations who may have trod here, who may have lived here. Do those ancestors still linger? What dreams and visions did they pursue? What do these ancestors call on us to be and do at the start of a new year? Each new year is seen as an opportunity for a new creation, a time to refresh and recreate ourselves, our communities, a time to fulfill our hopes and dreams for a better us, a better world. Ancient Hebrew traditions say that before the earth was created, the world was a wild ocean full of dangerous sea monsters. Our world may sometimes still feel like a wild ocean, and we might still feel like we're fighting against impossibly strong sea monsters. But the waters are as mighty and powerful as those monsters, and we have the power that runs in us and through us with each breath. Breathe in and out. In and out. And as we breathe, there is a rhythm to it, like the powerful waves crashing on the shores, turning and tumbling the largest boulders and monsters into the tiniest grains of sand. As we breathe in, may we feel the restorative power of air and water nourishing the cells of our bodies, giving us the power to pursue our wildest dreams. And as we breathe, let us be thankful for each of the breaths that we take and remember those who struggle to breathe. Let us take another deep breath for all those who cannot, and let it out. Notice the sound you make as you inhale and exhale, like the whistle of the mighty ocean and the crashing of the powerful waves. Now let yourself come back to where you are sitting. Feel your body where it sits, your feet on the floor. Find your center in your chest and breathe slowly and deliberately. And know that with the strength of others in our community, you can begin the work of creation in this new year. Blessed be.
My name is Nichole Shepard. I was invited by Lynn to speak on a topic, and the topic that I was really excited to speak on is the topic of opportunity. And I really felt strongly about this, and I felt that since this is a new year, this would be a really great time to talk about opportunity. Did you know that there's a god of opportunity? He's a Greek god, and he was fast and young and beautiful, and what he looked like on the outside kind of sets the bar for who he is, and it is a really great description of opportunity. Now this guy, Caerus, he has this, he's this beautiful being, and he has this beautiful, gorgeous lock in the front of his hair, but he's bald in the front, or in the back. So when you're picturing this god, this is a personification not only of opportunity, but of luck and favorable moments. And I really can't think of any two other attributes to collate or to complement opportunity any better than favorable moments and luck. So this young, beautiful god has this extreme mullet, and he has this beautiful lock in the front of his head so that he can cover his face so that he's not easily recognizable, and he's completely bald in the back. So he is all business in the front and total party in the back. And once he flashes by you, there is no catching him. So if you don't meet him head on and you don't grab onto him as soon as you see him and recognize him for who he is, he's gone, and there is no catching up, and there is no catching on to him after that. The reason that Caerus is seen as being so beautiful is because beauty is always opportune and flourishing, and it's fast fleeting. And the beauty that we are today, the beauty that some of us are in today, in our crone season, is not the same beauty as we were in our maiden season. It's not to say that we're not beautiful now, it's just a different kind of beauty. And so this beauty is constantly changing, just like opportunities are constantly changing. He's fast because opportunity will come and go with a quickness, and if you don't grab it when you see it, then it most likely will not be coming back. And he is hard to recognize because sometimes you just don't see opportunities for what they are. If you look at opportunities as in something that comes through, like the stock market, excuse me, opportunities that come through the stock market are once in a lifetime opportunities sometimes. And if you don't invest when you first see them, if you don't see them and recognize them and see them for what they are and invest then you've missed that train. You've missed your Caerus, and you won't get another opportunity to grab onto that, because once it's gone, and you can't change it. So in ancient Greece, they believed in 3 different kinds of time. And in these 3 different kinds of time, the first one is really easy, really basic. It's chronological time order. And in chronological time order, it's our birth to death. It's our birth to death timeline. And inside of our birth to death timeline, all these amazing, wonderful, beautiful things happen to us. We have birthdays and anniversaries, and there are, darker parts in our timeline too that happen, and we learn from those things, from our shadow selves, and we learn how to how to see them for the next time, hopefully. And everything just kind of goes along in order. And we celebrate our chronological birth every year. Most of us do. We celebrate our chronological holidays, whether it's the Wheel of the Year or whichever calendar you subscribe to. All of these are chronological order. Inside of our chronological order, it's really important to understand that all of our material and mortal things will come to an end. And that's everything from us human beings to our beloved fur babies, to that favorite sweater that you had that you lost that you just can't find anymore. Everything that is mortal and everything that is material will have a chronological order, and it will begin somewhere and it will end somewhere. The second type of time for the ancient Greeks was the idea of eternal time. And in the idea of eternal time, this is looking more at the spiral of time. So when you look at like your life path as a spiral, and you see the spots on your spiral that are part of your life lessons. So as you're going along and you come to this life lesson, if you don't learn your life lesson on your first spiral trip around, you can guarantee that next time you come to that pattern, you're going to learn it again. And until you learn to successfully navigate your life lesson, you're gonna find it over and over and over. It just depends on how many times you really want to learn that life lesson as to how many times it's going to come up in your life pattern. And so when we're talking about the eternal time, this is what they're focusing on, is that spiral pattern of life. Now, the third type of time cannot exist without chronological time and eternal time, because the third type of time is a bridge, and the bridge connects eternal to chronological time. And on this bridge is where Caerus lives. And this is where people will find their opportunities. This is where you can change your fate. You can change your stars. This is where change happens. When you see your opportunity standing on the bridge and you're able to snatch that opportunity and run with it, that is the third type of time. Now, opportunity isn't always easily recognizable. And what opportunity looks like to you might not be what it looks like to your friend or your neighbor or even your life partner, because your opportunities are going to be very different than theirs. But it's so important to be able to celebrate with the people that you love when they find their opportunities. Because when you're able to do that, that means that your opportunities are going to become more abundant, and your opportunities are going to be even more easily recognizable. And when you share what your opportunities are, when you do see them, and when you do understand them, then you're going to be able to more easily explain them to the people around you. And when you're able to do that, you're really just helping open the door for them. When we talk about opportunity not always being easily recognizable, sometimes it is, this is Caerus, and this is his identity as a god, and he has this hair that covers his face that you're just not able to recognize all the time. And a lot of the time, the opportunity that is seeking you is through hard work. And so when it masks itself as hard work, or as learning a new skill, or just becoming better at something, these are all opportunities. And it just depends on if you see them for what they are or not. There will be times when the world will be complete chaos. Like the entirety of 2020. It'll just be complete chaos, and the world will be flipped upside down, and no one will know what's left, right, up, down, or otherwise. This also was a really good definition of what the Dark Ages was like. I wasn't there, I don't know, but that's what I was told. I read a couple of history books that were talking about the Dark Ages and how they were just not a lot of fun. However, when your world is turned upside down, it will give you a whole new view. So the things that are, or the opportunities that are possibly hiding under the table that you would have never thought about before, you'll be able to see them better and in a more clear light. Opportunity it hides in different places, and it does look different to everybody. So when you think about, if you think about the Hanged Man and the tarot card deck, if you read tarot card decks, this is this guy he's hanging from his foot, and so this gives him the opportunity to see the entire world from a whole new angle. And I really feel like when we were going through this past year, it gave us all an opportunity to see things from a different point of view and from a different perspective. And maybe we were able to help out our neighbors a little bit more. Maybe we thought a little bit more about small businesses. Or maybe we just came up with a new game plan because that's what we were forced to do. These are all opportunity, and they all look so different. This is the opportunity to help out your neighbor. This is the opportunity to grow a local business. This is the opportunity to start a new or different kind of business than what you've been doing. Something that you would have never even cared to think about before. But now, out of necessity, we are forced to come up with new ideas. I know Louisa May Alcott said that necessity is the mother of invention. And that is so true. And when new opportunities are necessary, we find them, or we build the door to make them. And sometimes when we don't see the opportunities that we want, we do have to build that door, and we do have to make them, and we have to take advantage of them. So when we build that door for opportunity, whether you are literally building a door on your vision board, if you're putting up pictures of doors on your vision board, or if you're just putting pictures of keys to unlock the door for opportunity on your vision board, this is building that door. This is invoking Caerus to say, hey, you know what? I need you to come over this way. Yes, excuse me, sir. Yes, sir with the beautiful hair, come on over here. This is how we ask, this is how we invite him. This is how we ask him to come. This is almost how we almost demand that he come and face us. And then we see him and recognize him, and then we grab on and hold and run with him. But I also feel like this is our opportunity to create a new light in our world. In February, there are going to be 7 planets in the house of Aries. So the last time this happened was when the world went from the Dark Ages into the Renaissance, when the world was kind of rebirthed and everybody kind of got past all of just the ugly and the dark and the negative and kind of found their light again. And with the stars lining up, with the planets lining up the same way in February as they did then, I can totally see a new revolution coming for us. And this is something that's going to look completely different than what we've been used to. But it's supposed to. Things are supposed to change. We are supposed to change, and we are supposed to evolve. And we got real comfortable with the world that we were living in before. And now it's time for us to change, and it's time for us to evolve. And this is almost forcing an opportunity onto us. And while we do look for opportunity and try to recognize it and take it when it comes, this is kind of the universe's way of forcing us to find our opportunity and grab it. But when you find your own opportunity, it is then your responsibility to help other people recognize their opportunities as well. And your opportunity is going to look different than your best friends or your brothers or your sisters or even your life partner. All of our opportunities are going to look different. And when we see that the people who are close to us are finding their opportunities and celebrating them, that is, that's our chance to help them celebrate their favorable moments. And when you celebrate those favorable moments with your favorite people, then that is going to make your opportunities become more abundant and more easy to recognize. And then you, in turn, hold that door of opportunity open for the next person. And when you share what new ideas and what new opportunities you have discovered or come up with, or recognized when you would not have recognized them before, when you share those experiences with people around you, that is helping them open their door of opportunity also. And so I really feel like that's how we build our community, and that's how we build our community in love, is by sharing our experiences of opportunity and celebrating with the people who we are closest to.
Time for generosity. As we take this time in our service for the offering, I share these words from Reverend Richard M. Fuchs, Unitarian Universalist minister. For all things which come to us as gifts of being from sources beyond ourselves, gifts of life and love and friendship, we lift up our hearts in thanks this day. Your offering can be made at the uuflint.org or by sending a check to the church office. Thank you.
If you'd like to join us at home in extinguishing the chalice, we extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again.
Now we will close the circle, starting in the east. Thanks and farewell, guardians of the east. May your spirit of the air inspire us to do good works in the world for the benefit of all beings. Blessed be. Thanks and farewell, guardians of the south. May your spirit of fire make this a home to all who enter here. Blessed be. Thanks and farewell, guardians of the west. May your spirit of water run through the blood in our veins, remind us of our connectedness. Blessed be. Thanks and farewell, guardians of the North. May your spirit of the earth we walk upon illuminate our paths in life. Blessed be. The circle is now open.